Hello, this is Jerry Norton, and I'm doing a deal review on 271 Victor Road. This is in Fairport, New York. And I've pulled this property up here in Redfin, and Redfin is in this market. So whenever I can, I choose Redfin if it's in that market. If not, I can do the same thing on Zillow. Redfin is just a little better at doing it. So first thing I'm going to do when I get to the listing on Redfin is I'm going to scroll down here where it's got this little map. And I'm going to click on this map, nearby homes for sale. It's going to then pull up a map of where this property would be. Over here it gives information on the right. So first thing I'm going to do in here is I'm going to go and I'm going to click more filters. I'm going to switch this from looking at on market to, or I'm sorry, active to solds, because I'm doing comps. I'm going to go down and click 1 year. I'm going to make sure I click houses. And this property is 3,100 square feet. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in a few filters on square footage. So I'm going to tell it, don't show me anything smaller than 2,750. And I'm going to say, don't show me anything bigger than, oh, I'm just not going to put a maximum. Well, maybe I will. Let's see, 4,000. So I'll do 2,750 to 4,000. And I think that's about it for filters that I want. I'm going to click apply. Now, it's not coming up with anything, and that's because we're zoomed in too much. So I need to zoom out a bit. So I'll keep zooming out some. There it picked up one over here. And we are on Victor Road, and we're about halfway in between here. So we're right about in here somewhere on Victor Road. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. And you can see it picked up some stuff here north of this Pittsford Palmyra Road up here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more, and there we go. So when I finally get to there, I get a bunch of stuff. So again, we're right about right here, and we've got comps way down here, over here. Now, the first thing I want to look at here is whenever we start to cross major roads, markets can change, neighborhoods can change. So I like this comp. It's kind of right in this area, and really any of these, but I don't think I want to pick up this pocket down here of these fives. And you can see here this is more of a neighborhood. Well, let me click on one of them. And when you click on these, it shows them up over here, which is really nice. And here's our list. That's why I like Redfin. Gives us all the data of everything. It's showing that we've got 38 homes on our display on our map right now, and we can see all of those in this list right here. So what comps of these do I use, right? I want to narrow this down. So I think what I want to do is I don't know if I want to pick these ones up yet. I don't know if these are different as well. These look like kind of, these are on side streets in quiet neighborhoods, and we're off of this main road right here. This one looks like it might be on Victor Road. No, it's not. So first thing I do is I kind of just get an idea of what's going on. You can see here, these homes up here are all in the threes, 350, 325, 335. Here's a 410. This is these are all in the 450s. So you can see this pocket here is 100,000 less than this pocket here. And these are in the fives. So you got a pocket in here in the fives. And then these are all in the fives, it looks like as well, most of them. 572, 540. So you see what I mean? How this is a neighborhood, this is a neighborhood, and this is a neighborhood. And then here we are right here. So just because these are close by doesn't mean they're totally reflective of our home. So we have to kind of think about that as we go through and do our review. So what kind of home do we have? Well, if you look at pictures here, let me try to get back to let's go back to, here's Victor Road. The house sits kind of far back on the road, but you can tell here it's an older home. If I look at my pictures, it's a 2-story older home, but let me go back to my main. I don't have a good exterior sitting back too far, but you can see here it's just a box shape, 2-story home. So that home does not compare at all to something like that. I mean, wouldn't you agree? Whoops. You know, look at this type of home. I mean, you tell me, do you think that type of home is the same as that home? Not even close, right? So we have to be really careful that we don't just start grabbing numbers, and I think most of these fall into this category. Look at these. These are really nice homes. These are in quiet neighborhoods. Yeah. Yeah, see all of these homes, how nice these are, big kind of stately homes. Let's go up here and take a look at what we have. Here's kind of an older home. It sold for a lot less, $285. Let's see what these 340s look like. So these don't seem as new. These look more 90s, and yeah, see, this is kind of these are probably built in the 90s. You know, still nice homes and still on quiet neighborhoods. So of all these homes we've looked at, these pockets, we got 5s, 4s, and 3s. I definitely think we would fall more into the 3 category here of comps because of our home. No matter, like, look at this one. This got 345, older. This reminds me a little bit more of our home. Let's see what we got over here. Same with this one. This is kind of more aligned with our home and that as well. So we're right down here, but I would not go to these or these as comps. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually draw a line, and I'm going to say, okay, we're on Victor, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to pick up kind of this area. Okay, so there's a list of comps that it pulls. We have 13 homes. That's a great list to work off of. I think these kind of older homes are a lot more reflective of ours, but let's take a look at them and see how they look. So now what do we do? Well, the next thing I would do would be I would download this list, which is why I love Redfin. It'll download all of these comps into a CSV file. So I'm going to say, okay, let's do that. Let's go ahead and open those up. And let me resize my screen here so you can see these. All right, that's a little better there. Let me pull this in. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of the things I don't need on this list, just so it makes it easier for me to look at stuff. So I know we're in Parenton. I don't need that. So I'm going to delete those columns. Price, beds, baths, I want that. Location, I don't need. Square foot, I want. Lot size, I'm going to keep that just because we're in a kind of a more rural area. Year built, I'm going to keep that. Days on market, I'm going to keep that. Price per square foot, definitely keeping that. HOAs, I'm going to delete since there are none. And then the rest of this, I don't need for now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete all of that. And then you can see here, here's the data that I've decided I want. Let me go ahead and make this bigger. There we go. So hopefully you can see that all right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in a filter, or I mean a formula. So I'm going to hit equal sign. I'm going to start to type the word average. Then I'm going to click on the average. Now it's looking for a date range. So I click on the top one, colon, and the bottom one. And you can see it highlights that whole range. I'm going to hit enter. And that's my average square foot. Now I don't need all of those decimal places, so let's just move it to there, turn it red, okay? And now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on my price per square feet and the actual sold price. Okay, so then I'll switch this to currency, and this one can be currency as well. Okay, so there we go. So I put in some formulas now, really easily. By the way, once I created the one formula, I just hit Command C for copy, and then put it where I want this formula to be, and then Command V, or Control C, Control V for Victor. If you're on a PC, it would be Control. If you're on a Mac, it's Command. Okay, so now I've got some formulas in here. Now what I want to do is I've got 13 of these, is I'd like to go in and kind of narrow this down. So first thing I do is I try to find my lowest ones and see if I can remove those. So this one here on Kwood. So let's go back to here and let's look for Kwood. There it is. If I click on it right here, it'll show me, it'll highlight it which one it is on the map. So that's that really low one. And then I don't even have to leave here. I can just kind of go through. And you can see here it's vacant and it's pretty dated. I mean, look at the old kitchen. So it's kind of an old home. This would be something we would try to buy, right? This needs a remodel. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my list and I'm going to say, well, that's not a retail comp. So let's get rid of it. So let's delete it. Once I delete that, it readjusts all my formulas. You can see I went up to 111 a foot. Then I'm going to go to my next lowest one, which looks like it's this one here. I got, well, two of them, two at 95. So this one is on Broadmoor, 93 Broadmoor. So let's find Broadmoor. There it is, 93 Broadmoor. So that's that one right there, this home. Let's just take a quick look at this. Okay, it's retail because it's got homeowner stuff in it. So it's a homeowner trying to sell it, and it's just kind of dated is all. It's not bad, it's just dated. You know, old oak kitchen, but it's clean. You know, paint's okay, carpet looks fine. You know, looks like they've got granite in this bathroom here. You know, well kept, well maintained, but just kind of older and dated. Let's go back to that kitchen. See, kind of an old oak kitchen. That I don't know if that's granite or not. Not sure what that floor is. But this is not bad enough to where I would be overly concerned like that last one we just looked at. So let's just go to the other one and see what that one looks like. That was, so we want to look at 27 Misty Pine. That's this one. Yeah, this one does definitely look a little older. Let's see if we can get, there's 25 pictures, so that's good. Let's see if we can get inside here. So just kind of older. I mean, older kitchen. Needs wood floors, probably need refinished. I don't know what's going on there with the flooring. Maybe that's carpet. So same kind of thing. It's just clean, but it's nothing fancy, right? It's a little dated. So now let's go. Now what I want to do is I want to see the other end of the spectrum. What's our highest? Just so I can have a comparison now. Here's a 129. So let's look at this one here on Saramar, 11 Saramar. So let's go back here. This one. Okay, big brick, kind of a stately home. Okay, so much more open floor plan. But, I mean, that kitchen doesn't look all that much newer than the other ones. But you can see how this is, you know, a nicer home. And this is 29. What were those other ones? Let's see, 95, 27. Okay, so, yeah. So just kind of a big brick, more aesthetically, better curb appeal, a little nicer home. And that one got 129 a foot. So let's just kind of keep going through some of these. Let's look at this 99 because it got 285 on Tenbury. So let's find Tenbury on our list. That's that one. That actually is not too far from us. And again, looks like a 90s home. It's got the lighter kind of brick. Yeah, totally the 90s kind of decor. Yep, kind of an older kitchen. But all of these are you know, really clean. I call them clean when they're nice, well-maintained. They're just kind of dated. And that's the case here. So just kind of a little bit older kind of home, not newly remodeled in today's, you know, features and colors and everything. So that's that one. And then let's look at this 121 here on Waycross. So 121, yeah, 16 Waycross. So again, it's kind of more elevation on the home, but still, that's granite and white kitchen. That's definitely newer. Yeah, definitely a newer kitchen. All of these have kind of wood floors. Okay, but fairly similar, you know, between these. So far, I'm not feeling overly compelled to get rid of these other ones. Let's see here, 123. We looked at this one, Royal. Let's look at Royal. Sometimes you just got to go through and look at everything just to get a better idea. So there's 20 some pictures here. It's kind of probably small on the screen, but I'm getting the same kind of vibes, same kind of condition. A little older, a little dated. This one looks like it has a pool, but this is, whoops, but it's a bigger home. Okay, so let's go back to our list, and it seems to be fairly consistent with all of these. Let's try Valley Brook for 124 a foot. So where's Valley Brook? There it is. All right, no pictures. So that doesn't help us. Let's see what else we have here. We have, did we look at 8 Waycross? This one, so that's right there on the map. Okay, again, kind of older kitchen, a little dated. Now the good news is so far, I'm not seeing anything that's like over the top renovated. That's got me thinking we need to do the same thing. Now this kind of look is fairly similar to our home, where it's just kind of the 2-story simple elevation floor plan. But this one does have a pool, so it's 2 pools now I've seen. Now this is nicely remodeled. You can see here, totally updated, not totally updated, but nicer quality. Everything else is fairly consistent and similar. Okay, so what do we do here? I really want to keep this average of 111. I think I would actually keep all of these comps. I think all of these are fairly consistent in floor plan and layout and look and feel. Lot sizes out here. We got a couple of these that are a little bit bigger. This one's 64,000 square feet on that lot. Here's a 3,000. I wonder what our lot size is. So let's go back here. So we're 0.65 of an acre. What would we do now? Let's look at our bedrooms and baths. That looks kind of consistent. They're mostly 4 or 5. Here's one that's 6. Ours is a 6. And if we look at our house here, I mean, ours is hammered really bad. I mean, this thing needs a complete, that's probably the garage, but needs a complete renovation. In fact, it's got mold, so it's got water damage. So this would be kind of a heavy rehab to do this house. So what's our numbers? Let's go back here to our list. And what I would say is if we are 3136 square feet, 3136, and if I multiplied, so if I put equals this cell times this cell, gives us 347 as an ARV. And this thing is, since it's 3,000 square feet and it's hit pretty bad. I mean, this thing is hammered and needs a complete gut. I mean, just going through all the pictures, I'm assuming like all this tile has to come out, all this kitchen has to come out. Let me go back the other way. Wood floors might be able to be saved, but we got like doors and trim, all new flooring, all new these bathrooms all need gutted. Looks like the deck needs work, and I'm gonna assume we've got mold. We've got some mold, so we'll probably have some drywall work to do. Gut out all these bathrooms, and this is 6 bedrooms, 3 baths. I mean, this is easily $100,000 renovation to do this thing right. You got some landscaping work to do. You know, getting rid of some of those trees and stuff. I don't know on the roof, so at this point I have to assume that it needs a roof just because of the way everything else is in really bad shape. I'm going to assume at this point windows, roof, and windows. So then I'm going to go back to my list here, and so if that's our ARV, then and we'll follow the 0.65 formula, and the repairs are 100,000, then if we make a formula equals ARV times 0.65, put that in parentheses so it does it first, and then we say minus repairs equals, oops, this needs to be 100,000. There we go. And then that would be our buy price, 125,752. Okay, so we're coming in at 111 bucks a foot, 347 ARV. But here's the thing. If we go back and look here at our map here, here's all these comps. Now look at these. They're all on these little side streets, right? They're in these little quiet neighborhoods. Same with these ones, same with these ones. All the comps we use are on side streets in quiet neighborhoods. And here we are, we're on Victor Road, which is a main road. And it is not the same. It is not the same being on a main road as it is being on a quiet subdivision. Buyers do not perceive it the same as a quiet subdivision as being on the main road. So we have to discount it for that. Now the question is, how much do we discount for it? And that's a tough question to answer. So, but what I would probably do is I would probably discount this at least 10, 11 bucks a foot. So I would go ahead and put this at 100 bucks a foot. So instead of 111, 100 bucks a foot. So 100 bucks a foot times 3160 puts us at 313. We run our formula, that puts our buy at 103, assuming 100,000 in repairs. And again, going back to this house, where'd it go? Here's our pictures here. 3,100 square feet that needs a lot of work done on it. Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock.
So I'm going to go ahead and stick with that budget of $100,000, or $100,000 on the repairs. All right. So the buy price for this deal would be $103,000.